All right, you bastards. So we're starting on Project White Jeep. Well, I've been starting on it, but you know, I didn't fucking record. It was my I don't even remember how many times I've tried recording YouTube videos, but we're trying this. So obviously it's a Cherokee. We've got the Fred Flintstone mod going on. We've got a bunch of floors to replace, but the frame is solid. That's the only reason I kept this Jeep. We got a box of trash. I got rid of the AC lines. I've got trans lines to replace. We've got a trans on the floor. We've got leaf springs, 3.5 iron rocks, bunch of shit in here that I need to install. I'm gonna sit on the dirty, nasty carpet. We are missing a trans and a couple other parts, obviously. And then yeah, we're missing a whole lot of fucking parts. We got a whole lot of Bluetooth action going on. Look at that brake action, huh? So the plan with this, all I really care about is getting it running. We don't have any of the parts here today to get it running, and I gotta place a huge fucking order because I need to find an intake manifold, throttle body. I need injectors. I need spark plugs, wires. I'm probably gonna get a new cap while I'm at it. I don't know the condition of that one. Rotor as well. I'm getting rid of all the AC components just because it's in my way and I need to work on this. Just a little backstory. Initially when I bought this Jeep, I'll throw up a picture right here, what it used to look like when I bought it. I bought this with the intention of giving the four-wheel drive components out of it to my buddy, because my buddy has a two-wheel drive 95. It's like 5.5 inches on 35s. It's real nice, but it was two-wheel drive for the longest fucking time, and it still technically, as of this moment, is, because it doesn't have the front shaft in or the linkage or any of that. I think I paid 600 bucks. It's got clean title, and the guy obviously didn't tell me that that was a problem, nor would he have. I didn't expect him to, but I knew that the rockers were rotted out. I knew that obviously this all looked like shit. Like, I spray painted this, but these shitty fender cuts were not me. Please do not make this look like my work. Like, a lot of this bullshit was not me, right? But yeah, so when I bought it, it was four-wheel drive. We took the, it probably took me about 2 weeks to take the trans out of this, just because it was my first time ever doing it, and there's like fucking 1,000,001 bolts to me. So went through and I took the trans out. I obviously had to strip the drive shafts, and to do the trans job, I thought it was necessary to remove the intake manifold just to get to that one bolt that is right in this location. Obviously I was wrong. You don't have to do that, but apparently I'm fucking retarded, so that's what we're doing now, right? So yeah, I ended up pulling that trans out, and then come to find out he already had a four-wheel drive trans under his Jeep. He just needed a front axle. So boom, we pulled the front axle out of this. I gave it to him, happy birthday, whatever, and I pulled that trans out for nothing. Now the trans that I pulled out of this is not that one. I pulled the trans and I sold it just because I knew that, like, I pulled it out and I was like, surprise, and he was like, oh, I already have one of those. So I sold it. I sold the T-case. I'm not gonna, what I'm gonna try to do is keep the budget of this on like a spreadsheet or something. I'm not gonna count that towards the budget, only because there's another trans right there with everything that I need, and this one I got for free, but I sold the trans and the T-case for like, I think 400 total. So I'm not gonna count that was a side quest that I did not want to fucking endure upon. And then, like, obviously any cost that this is gonna inquire, like, I don't have a torque converter. I'm gonna eBay special that shit. Trans lines I probably need a dipstick tube and a new fucking pan. All the parts that I need for this, I'm not gonna count towards it, only because they would have been there originally, and it wasn't really a fucking necessity to do it. So, but I will count the cost of like the SYE that I'm gonna put on it, the fucking front drive shafts, because that one is a rear four-wheel drive and I don't fucking want that thing. It's garbage. So the plan with this, like I said, I want to get it running. I want to get it driving smooth. It's not going to be a fucking daily, obviously. It's going to be a beater. I'm going to get it all the parts throughout here that I need. I'm going to get all new brakes. It was ABS equipped. I got rid of that. Fuck ABS. I'm probably going to have to get a new harness only because of all these just random connectors. I don't know if that's going to mess with it or not. Yeah, and then once we get it running, then throw the trans in. Oh, hold on. So here's my plan to get it running without putting the trans in, because obviously the bell housing holds the starter. I'm gonna fucking just take the bell housing off of here, to be honest with you. Dead ass. I'm just gonna pull this whole bell housing out of here, and just so I can house the starter, if that's even the side it goes. Yeah, that's where it goes. Yeah, just so I can house the starter, so it'll start and run and all that. Obviously it won't drive, but then I'm gonna take that trans, I'm gonna take it to get rebuilt, because this thing over here needs a fucking trans. Let's just admire this real quick. I'm sorry. Boom. Yeah. Okay, sorry, no more. But yeah, this thing needs a trans. It doesn't have reverse, so we're gonna rebuild this one over here. We're gonna throw it in that one. We're gonna take the one out of there. We're gonna get that one rebuilt. So I'm paying for like 2 trans rebuilds, and then hopefully both of these will have good trans at the end of the day. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, and then for right now, we're gonna keep stock axles. I have a whole, or pretty much a whole 4.5 inch lift kit for this thing. Don't mind the Crocs. 4.5 springs, RC shocks, they're all the same. There's just scams. 3.5 springs for the rear. I've got, this just came in yesterday, and I've got the other part to it in there, in that fancy little box. There's blood on the floor. Don't ask why. It just is there. We're probably just gonna sit it 4.5 on 33s or 35s. I saw this one picture of it on 37s, or not this on 37s, but another Jeep on old NAXJA, NAXJA, whatever forums, on 4.5 on 37s. That shit was clean. I was gonna lower that, but I don't want to. You can't tell me what to do. But yeah, I got new headlights, got new grille, got new bumper, just because that's fucking gay. I'm probably gonna have to get a new hood, gonna have to get new fenders, just because the hood does not close because of that situation over there. We're gonna have to get a 4-wheel drive front axle, which I have. I'm just waiting on my buddy to finish doing whatever the fuck he's doing with his. And yeah, let me just give you a little walk around. Smiley face. Oh, and it's also gonna have no doors. The doors were on it back here originally, and I want to take these front ones off, but if you know anything about taking these doors off, those Torx bolts like to become not bolts. So these are gonna have to get cut off. These are sitting over there in the scrap pile somewhere. Give you some insider preview. I've got the cluster at my house, so don't worry about that. Headlight switch is in a junk drawer somewhere. No idea fucking where. The previous owner cut a hole in the floor for the CPS. Don't ask why. I can't understand that guy to save my life. The wiring is all fucking junk for the radio, but obviously I want to put a radio in this because it's gonna be baller, obviously. It needs a windshield. Windshield was fun when we bought it, but we had too much fun breaking this thing.
Rollie AB Paddock, I can choose. Rich nigga got a